This is a new feature in the game, in the new version 1.
Dude, stop yapping, what the hell?
People who cheat in their speedruns are hilarious because they're terrible at hiding the fact that they cheated. These are the funniest fake Minecraft speedruns. This speedrun starts off seeming a little legitimate. They've got a timer, everything's looking okay. They are starting off at an angle, which makes me suspicious. Well, the speedrunner looks around for a bit, and at that point, they locate a village, which is very, very lucky. The speedrunner does find an iron golem, but hang on a second. Something here is a little fishy. They are hitting this iron golem, but it is not fighting back. So what I'm curious about is, did they spawn in this iron golem with a spawn egg from creative mode? Nope, never mind. That is not the case. The iron golem starts running away and floating. How is this possible? And yeah, that's when the iron golem just starts pooping out tons of iron ingots, iron blocks, a wooden pickaxe, cobblestone, wood. What in tarnation is going on here? Then there is a very sudden cut, and the speedrunner finds themselves right in front of a blue flower bed. Yeah, this seems pretty suspicious to me. Well, they dig down, immediately revealing a very long hole. And at the bottom, oh, okay, that's not that bad. It's just some diamond ore, no big deal. Nope, never mind. That is a diamond throne with a pillager on top of it. The pillager starts tossing blocks of diamond at the speedrunner, as well as full diamond armor and tools. And after this happens, if you listen to the speedrunner's microphone audio, there is just so much going on. It sounds like there's two people talking at the same time.
Wow, this is a new feature in the game, in the new version 1.
Dude, stop yapping, what the hell are you yapping for?
I am so confused. Well, the speedrunner starts building back up to the surface with a diamond block, which is just the most cursed thing ever. There is another sudden cut. I don't know why, but now their experience bar looks like a rainbow. Good for them. And out of nowhere, there is a chat box pop up that says that Lands summoned a new lightning bolt, and in the sky, oh no, is that Herobrine in a cat costume? And if you listen to the audio, oh my goodness, did he just say, yo, this is the cat brine?
Herobrine.
Yo, this is the cat brine. No, it's the cat brine, bro.
Well, Herobrine in a cat costume drops obsidian blocks, floats away into the distance, and then if you just listen to the speedrunner talking, they sound so foreign, which for some reason just makes this more entertaining.
Thank you, Herobrine, from the PP land. Thank you. So I should make the nether.
I'm sorry, did he just say I shall make the nether? Well, the speedrunner ends up making their nether in a really strange shape. Whatever. They enter the nether at a world record 3 minutes. Totally legitimate. Unfortunately though, as soon as the speedrunner enters the nether, there is like 5,000 ghasts just going at it, shooting at the speedrunner, and the audio from this clip is hilarious.
Bro, dude.
Oh my God.
Bro.
Was that the notification sound from a Nokia phone? What in tarnation? Well, yeah, after a very sudden cut, their timer has been reset back to a minute. The chat says set own game mode to survival. These guys are just terrible at cheating. Well, the speedrunner is just kind of hanging out in front of this piglin, at which point they break some netherrack and the piglin falls into the hole. But, hang on a second. How in the world is that piglin holding the block of netherrack? Oh no, don't tell me this is their friend again. Well, the speedrunner throws a diamond block at the piglin. Then the piglin starts throwing ender pearls and blaze rods at the speedrunner. The speedrunner is just pooping out so many blaze rods, and you could just hear them screaming in their microphone, is this enough? Is this enough?
Dude, is this enough? Is this enough? Is this enough?
After this very lucky interaction with a very legitimate piglin, the speedrunner turns around and they find a nether fortress, at which point their friend just put themselves into spectator mode. I'm sorry, but you couldn't have just, oh, I don't know, turned off the chat log? So the speedrunner uses their ender pearl to go into the nether fortress, at which point you can hear another phone notification sound. There's just so many of those sounds throughout the speedrun. I refuse to believe that this man actually has a Nokia phone. Oh my gosh, I feel so stupid. I've been calling it the Nokia phone sound. That's just an Android phone sound. Whatever, Android, Nokia, it's all the same. Anyways, the speedrunner is in the nether fortress, even though they have as many blaze rods and ender pearls as they could possibly need. At this point, you can see see that their friend has clearly taken on the role of a blaze. They're floating around like a goofy goober and they start spawning just a bajillion blaze. The speedrunner is on half a heart. There is a very sudden cut where their timer goes back to 1 minute again. It's very clearly obvious that they died and they tried to cut it out. The text log says up there. I am scared to find out what's gonna happen next. The speedrunner starts running away from the Nether Fortress. Again, their friend as the blaze is just shooting across the screen. This is just so goofy. The speedrunner starts getting hit by a piglin again. They're almost about to die. Then there is another sudden cut, and in front of them is a ghast just hanging out, chilling there in front of them. And my first guess is that this ghast is their friend. These next few moments are so unbelievably hilarious. Their friend as the ghast just starts spamming billions of ghast spawn eggs. It is so funny. After nearly dying, there's another sudden cut. There's a nether portal that's lit right in front of them. Unfortunately though, they take such a long time trying to get into the overworld because this one piglin will just not give up. When the speedrunner finally does get into the overworld, their game is so beyond glitched. All you can see is a few grass blocks, the sun, and the moon. Their friend leaves the game, their friend joins back into the game. The speedrunner then tells us that they're going to just throw a pearl, and there's a new feature with a new command. Well, surprise, surprise, they do not end up throwing the ender pearl. Their timer resets back to 17 seconds, and then out of nowhere, they're just suddenly in the stronghold with the most obnoxious music playing in the background.
Alright, here you go, here you go.
The command worked.
Yes, of course it did.
Okay, we now just need to find this stronghold. I mean the end portal.
Woohoo, the command worked. Good for you. The speedrunner wastes just so much time trying to find the portal room. They run into Herobrine in a cat costume again, and after wasting so many minutes of my life that I will never get back, there is a cut where they're just magically in the portal room. Thank God. The speedrunner then begins crafting Eyes of Ender, even though they already have Eyes of Ender in their inventory. So the speedrunner begins filling the portal with eyes, but there is the most unexpected plot twist of all time.
Hello, boy, hey, it's me, emo guy.
Yeah, that's right. The speedrunner was graced with the presence of Emo Guy, the newest feature of Minecraft 1.21. I cannot believe it. Yeah, the speedrunner is given creative mode by Emo Guy. Oh my goodness, how lucky. And both of their reactions is just so hilarious.
Oh my god.
There you go.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Really, thank you. Oh my god. Oh my god.
The speedrunner is in the end. Emo Guy dies trying to swim in lava. The way that this speedrunner beats the game, you will never believe it.
Okay. Yes! I beat
I have to go, bro.
I beat the Ender Dragon, guys.
I'm sorry, but just floating around in creative mode at 2 minutes, using a /kill command to beat the game, followed by the Android notification sound, and their friend saying, I have to go, bro, and logging off of Discord is just the funniest series of events ever. You cannot convince me otherwise. And yeah, just like that, the speedrunner beat Minecraft at a world record 2 minutes and 17 seconds. Never mind, their speedrunner is starting again at 0. And just like that, 0.92 seconds. Holy cow. This speedrun, mentally prepare yourself to see this desktop background a lot. And you're gonna understand what I mean in just a few seconds. Right off the bat, the speedrun starts on the pause menu. They're using Lunar Client, and they are in creative mode. If this guy's goal was to speedrun getting banned, mission accomplished. So they run around for a while until they finally realize, oh wait, I'm in creative mode. So they go back into survival, and now the speedrun can commence. They traverse up this mountain and begin breaking this tree like any normal speedrun until they pause the game and you can hear them say that they're lagging.
Oh, I think I'm lagging.
Thus begins the desktop wallpaper and a lot of really weird noises. A whole minute goes by on their desktop, and when they come back to the game, it very clearly says that they gave themselves 120 oak logs. On top of that, they begin breaking this dirt block, and in this hole is a diamond pickaxe and an item frame and a nether portal. What in tarnation? Well, the speedrunner collects their spoils of war and they enter the nether. At this point, we realize their computer is very slow. So slow that it looks like they're in the purgatory dimension that Squidward got stuck in that one episode of as SpongeBob. And as soon as the nether does load in, the speedrunner windows out again. 2 minutes go by. When they come back to Minecraft, you can still see the frame in their previous location, and the next frame is in a nether fortress. Why am I not surprised? So they're in front of a blaze spawner. They're still in creative mode, so they go back into survival. But there's just one problem. The blazes will not spawn. And take a wild guess what their quick fix is. Yep, they window out again. Another minute goes by. They go back to their game, and they give themselves 500 blaze rods. I'm sorry, but you couldn't have done something like 12? And oh, I don't know, tried to hide the fact that you're cheating? Well, the speedrunner continues exploring this nether fortress, perhaps in hopes of finding a bastion. But they press the chat button, revealing the chat history, showing a lot of nonsense. They tried to give themselves an unknown item, Minecraft 150. I have no idea what that is. Locating a fortress, teleporting themselves, and hang on a second. Before they gave themselves 500 blaze rods, they tried to give themselves 6,400. Why would anyone need that many? If you listen to the audio, the speedrunner is muttering to himself like a maniac, just saying, piglins, piglins, piglins. Boom, we get hit with another windowing out. And when they return to the game, the chat history says summoned new piglin, and there's a piglin in front of them. There's just one problem. They did not give themselves or find golden ingots, so they window out again, returning to the game, and their inventory is just full of so many ender pearls. This goofy speedrunner wastes so much time manually crafting blaze powder while they are heavily breathing into their microphone. Are you okay? They make their eyes of ender, and boom, again, we window out. Why am I not surprised? As soon as they return, there's just another portal in front of them. What in tarnation? They enter the nether portal, and upon returning to the overworld, their computer is so slow that they have lost the items in their inventory. They are even further and deeper into the Squidward purgatory dimension, so deep in that they begin falling into the void in creative mode. You can see the sun. They literally resort to almost going into creative mode, even though they realize they're already in creative mode, until they are literally forced to window out to fix their game. They return back to Minecraft in a completely different location. Their game looks like they have cranked up the sharpness to 9,000, and how convenient they found a village. After about a minute, they finally realize, oh wait, I'm still in creative mode, so they return back to survival. Approaching this villager, hitting it, but again, their computer is so slow that the villager is literally levitating. It's like a scene from the Matrix. Again, another window out. They return to the game. They suddenly have 11 beds in their inventory. And I know for a fact, this goofy goober is not going to know how to use those beds to kill the dragon. I would bet my channel on it. This guy is throwing his eyes of ender. The computer is so slow that there is like a 10-second delay. And after realizing their computer is so bad and so slow, it is unable to handle eyes of ender in the sky, they window out again. When they return to the game window, if I go frame by frame, it shows their previous location. And the next frame is literally the stronghold portal room. What in tarnation? The speedrunner fills the portal with eyes and they enter the end. But their computer has had it up to here with their goofy cheating. The end just does not load. They start typing game mode creative and they realize that is not going to solve the problem here. Their pickaxe is going haywire. It is bugging out. The cardinal directions on the top of the screen is like the compass in Stranger Things. What in the world? Again, they are forced to window out, return to the game, and it looks like everything is fixed now. Nope, things are not fixed. They put themselves into creative mode, and they try to toss these ender pearls into the void, but the pearls are literally floating in midair, or there are barrier blocks beneath them. I have no idea. Is the end stone invisible? I am so confused. Someone please explain this to me. They window out again. 5 minutes have gone by, and when they return to the game, they have so much health, it is covering the entire screen. There's command blocks in front of them. Not more than 5 seconds later, they have only broken a few blocks and they window out again. What more could you need at this point? I'm not really even sure what's different now. Their regeneration is going haywire. And I knew it. I said I'd bet my channel on it. The speedrunner puts the bed down in a completely wrong location. They by accident ignited, causing a huge mess. They window out again. And when they return to the game, they are in creative mode in midair, just falling. They start typing game mode survival, revealing their their chat history again, showing that they used a command to make their damage set to 100,000. This guy literally would not be able to beat the Education Edition. They attempt beating the dragon. They can't even hit it. They get tossed around into the sky. A few minutes later, the dragon perches again. The speedrunner is hitting him by hand with end stone. They start typing a /kill command. They have no idea which command to use. Windowing out again. 2 minutes go by. They return to their game, and the dragon is just mid-death animation. How they killed the dragon, we will never know. Personally, I don't believe that they would even be able to kill the dragon cheating. I guarantee their older brother went on the computer to beat the dragon for them. I guarantee. And after beating the game, the speedrunner has a complete meltdown in their microphone to the point where they literally sound like a piglin.
We beat Minecraft! Like and subscribe for more videos!
This speedrun looks very normal at first. They're creating their new world. They're calling it speedrun. The world creation looks very normal, but hang on a second. As soon as they spawn in, they are not looking straight ahead. Did you think this was gonna go over my head? The speedrunner approaches this tree and they begin breaking it. But the first log doesn't break. And then they try the next one and it doesn't break. So they go back to the first one and something is very wrong here. So the speedrunner goes up to this birch tree. They try the same thing. These trees just do not want to break. Then out of nowhere, the speedrun goes into double time like the movie Whiplash. And this time, the tree does break. But when the speedrunner picks up those oak logs, they get the goofiest advancements in the entire world. Ruby and sapphire tools. What is cryorite? The recipes they unlock are going haywire at the top right of the screen. But hold on. If I want to analyze this garbage speedrun, I'm gonna have to slow it down. They break another tree, getting more logs, building a crafting table, some sticks, and wooden tools. At which point the speedrun goes back into normal time and they show off their extreme agility and skill by being unable to kill this pig. Buddy, have you ever played this game before? I do not think so. We're back into double time. The speedrunner digs down and they get some cobblestone. But as soon as they return to the surface, there is the goofiest Star Wars wipe transition on the screen. What, did George Lucas co-direct this speedrun? And as soon as they turn around, they find an Iron Jungle Temple. Yeah, the iMovie style text is just the icing on the cake here. After a very sudden cut, a whole 2 minutes later, and it looks like the speedrunner just crafted a stone pickaxe. So they break these iron blocks, guessing the key code combination to the Iron Jungle Temple, and behind the doors are diamond blocks. Why am I not surprised? There's just one problem here. The speedrunner cannot mine diamond blocks with a stone pickaxe. So don't ask me why, but they just begin mining these iron blocks with a wooden pickaxe. What in tarnation? That's even worse. Then there is a very sudden cut, revealing some really strange items on the left side of their screen. That literally looks like a block that would be in one of my thumbnails. Well, the speedrunner ends up making an iron bucket, an iron pickaxe, and an iron sword, going back into the temple to mine these diamond blocks. And do not ask me why. It is broad daylight and they consume a potion of night vision. Again, I don't think this goofy goober has ever played this game before. Well, the speedrunner tries to pull a fast one on us, making a very sly cut where they're just in a completely different location and they're breaking their crafting table with an iron pickaxe. This is painful to watch. So after aimlessly wandering around in broad daylight with night vision, there is another sudden cut that jumps ahead a whole minute and the speedrunner is in front of, I kid you not, an iron temple. What in tarnation? After nearly dying to 2 creepers with half a heart left, the speedrunner breaks this block and the next frame, they suddenly have every status effect in the book. Strength a jillion billion. So the speedrunner drops down this hole, they fail the water bucket clutch, and inside these chests is exactly what you'd expect. I quote, lots of OP items. And I know you can't see me right now, but I'm air quoting. I kid you not, the speedrunner literally wastes 2 whole minutes organizing their inventory in double time, at which point they discover a village, entering a villager's house that has nothing in it until there's another sudden cut and the speedrunner is just menacingly watching over this villager while he sleeps, breaking his bed and evicting him. Boom, another sudden cut. We are a whole minute later. The speedrunner is flying around in the sky like a goofy goober, and boom, another cut. They are underground now in a mine shaft, and not more than a few seconds later, and boom, another cut. They find themselves in a hallway just full of cobwebs, and I do not think they understand how to break cobwebs. Buddy, have you ever played this game before? So they just dig beneath them. And while they have wasted 15 minutes of my time, they have the gabagools to ask us to subscribe. And right after that, there's another cut 3 whole minutes later. I am failing to understand what is the purpose of these side quests. I am just so confused. This guy is hopping around like he's floating on water. Someone needs to explain this to me. And he finds a diamond mansion. The speedrunner proceeds to by accident attack the illagers, nearly dying, until there is another sudden cut. They put down a furnace and they're just wasting precious speedrun time cooking pork chops. Guys, I don't know. I think I'm being punked right now. After 2 whole minutes of cooking pork chops, there's another cut 5 whole minutes later, and the speedrunner is just in front of a ruined nether portal with 2 obsidian blocks in front of them on the ground. Just enough blocks to fill in the portal and light it. So they light the portal, entering the nether, and what in tarnation is that? The speedrunner just starts going crazy, mining every block in front of them until there's another sudden cut. We skip ahead almost 2 whole minutes, and they found a diamond fortress. Oh, brother. But while they are in this diamond fortress, there is a blaze right in front of them. They need blaze rods, right? But instead, the speedrunner decides to attack the zombified piglins, making them very angry. They run away, nearly dying. Then they just jump off of this cliff, again, nearly dying, until another sudden cut where it is 2 whole minutes later, and they're just standing in front of a nether portal with 2 hearts. I don't know how much longer I can watch this. If you thought it couldn't get worse, it does. When they return to the overworld, their portal spawns in the middle of nowhere above the ocean, so they jump into the ocean when they make another obvious cut, and they just happen to, oh, I don't know, be in a boat now. How convenient. If you are making a movie anytime soon, do not let this guy make the cuts. This guy must be Tommy Wiseau and Neil Breen's editor. I don't know. Well, everything seems normal now. Nope, I spoke too soon. 2 whole minutes later, and they're just falling into a cave. Yep, why am I not surprised? They found the iron stronghold. So after wasting a lot of time trying to find the portal room, they find themselves in a dead end. They have a total temper tantrum, breaking blocks in front of them, and now they're typing game mode creative. So the speedrunner has now been playing the game for 38 minutes. They are in creative mode. They attempt to create the end portal, emphasis on attempt. Oh, this is just so sad. They fill the eyes and they finally get to the end in world record time. Literally unable to jump up a set of blocks. There is another cut. They're in creative mode. There's another cut. They're in survival mode, and after wasting another whole minute, they probably have strength a billion jillion. The dragon perches for probably 1 second. They're unable to kill the dragon. We can't see its health bar because it's being covered by this ginormous lime green timer. And after another minute, when the dragon finally perches again, don't ask me how or why, but the speedrunner by accident throws their sword. Whoops. But the dragon is still taking damage and somehow dies. Someone is gonna have to explain that one to me. So yes, the speedrunner gets away with the Guinness World Record for longest amount of time taken to speedrun Minecraft. 41 minutes is true dedication.